Doug Strick and fuckery. That's right. It's redundant.
Anything that you want to say, we will not edit it. We will just cut it and put it at the front or the back of the episode. Anything you want to say.
Anything?
Yeah. Just like
Steve
our voicemail.
O'Brien, play us in.
Wow, that's pretty good because normally it's the other way around. Steve O'Brien.
I got my T-shirt on. Steve O'Brien.
Oh, put us into here. Was that wrong? I'll start over.
No. That was the intro version.
That was a good spin on it, right?
It was a good spin, a little plot twist.
Exactly, I like it. We can use that.
You would not believe what you're going to hear on today's podcast with Doug and Strick. Don't do that either. That's really bad. That one's really bad. Don't do that at all.
Barbie has a great day every day. But Ken only has a great day if Barbie looks at him. And he gets to listen to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Basically, Ken is fucked. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Yes, I have hit record, by the way.
So I think you should repeat that because I need a visual that our listeners will not have, but I still want to hear the question again.
I said, I need to, or I take my vitamins right before I get on the air with you so that I can be as healthy as I possibly can before I hit the record button.
And so now the visual that I want is, so Doug, how many vitamins do you actually take? And also normally, do you wait till later in the day to take them or it just happened to be today?
Well, I keep them on my desk because if I keep them in the kitchen, I always forget to take my vitamins. I don't know about you, but where is like the holding spot for your vitamins and supplements?
Dude, look, the holding spot for me is my bathroom. But having said that, I have an alarm on my phone every fucking day because I forget. I will 100% forget. I have to have that alarm on my phone every goddamn day or I totally forget.
I don't know how you can forget to take your vitamins because how many times do you walk into the bathroom in the course of your day? Don't you walk in there a bunch of times?
Oh, sure. But like if I didn't have my alarm, I'd probably look at them in the middle of the day and go, did I take them earlier? I don't remember. It's not like I parse them out every day and I have a little date thing beside it. Even if I parsed them out, it would have been like, wait a minute, is that today's or was that tomorrow's? I don't fucking know. So yeah.
So Strickland, you can, for this the sake of doing the honors, you can do the intro and do the honor of introducing our special guest who is actually in studio right now as we speak.
So welcome back. My name's Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. And on the other side of the room from Doug Sandler, that's right, the one and only Adam Sandler. No, not the famous one.
I'm back, baby. How you doing?
And he's got the serious mic, too. He sounds like a fucking podcaster.
How you doing, McStricken sandwich?
And Adam's still got the porn stash working, but there's like a little more going on top of that.
Well, I've been traveling for about a week and a half and I'm too lazy to like shave while I'm on vacation. So I'll get back to it. You'll get a little bit more mustache in the next week or so.
So the normal look is still the porn stash, which I like.
Yeah, and then I use like the 2 setting on my razor. I like a little bit of stuff going on down here.
What's the 2 setting? I don't know the 2 setting.
So like the guard, like
it's
2.
like it looks like a 1 or 2 day beard. It's like just a little.
Well, hold on, because now I got a whole sorts of questions because I have on my electric shaver or razor, whatever you want to call it. I have between 1 millimeter and 15. Haircuts equate to 15, but the other one is down to only 5. So does that equate to 5 days worth of stubble?
I don't know. It is just with my razor, there's like 5 different guards that you can put on it, and they're just numbers 1 through 5. So
I got the same thing on mine. I've got like a 1 through 8 or 9, and so my regular beard is like a 6.5. So
there you go.
So Strick, you'll enjoy this. So today I got an apology email from the company called supply.com, I think is the name of the company. And they're like men's razors and shavers and all that stuff. And we've worked to try to get Dollar Shave Club. We've done that and failed to get that sponsor. We did acquire Tiege Hanley, you know that, but that was just an in-kind product supplier. Now I have approached supply.com, not realizing that that they'll probably say no to us also. But hey, look, if they're going to send me an apology email for sending the wrong link, I'm going to send them back. Hey, you're exactly who we need. People that make a lot of mistakes, we are really good with that, and you'd be great as a sponsor of our show.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens.
Adam, last time you were on, I think I still had my wizard stash, which
you had something going on there. I do remember making fun of you for it.
You did. You commented that it was sharp enough that I could kill somebody.
Oh yeah, it was like Wolverine type. It was really
exactly.
Yeah.
It was longer, but it was kind of pointy. And
I like this. I think this suits you as a person better.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think so too. Looking back,
that wasn't a compliment. I was just saying it suits you better.
Damn.
There's that sharp wit, that sharp Adam Sandler wit. Hey, speaking of Wolverine, Adam.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here's where we're going to pick up the conversation. We didn't even plan on having this conversation, but as long as we're here and you mentioned the word Wolverine, we are going to have the movie review, Deadpool versus Wolverine. Now, I was very surprised. Adam asked me last night, how would you rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 10? And Adam gave it what number, Adam, did you give it?
Gave it a 5. And I know that's not going to go over well with many people, but
I'm okay with it. I'm curious to hear the why. And also I'm curious to hear what you thought of the first two. Because
I saw the first two. I saw the first two, and I think the disclosure has to be I'm not a Marvel person. I was never a superhero person. I don't know 95% of the lore of Marvel movies. I recognize the fact that Deadpool 3 was almost fan service in a way to a lot of the Marvel lovers who understand the universe of Marvel. That being said, I really liked 1. I mean, well, it was because it was kind of novel at the time, or the fourth wall breaking. I thought it was a good movie. I'd probably give that one like an 8.5 out of 10. Like, because as a standalone, before every single superhero movie meshed into one another, like I was like, this is a good standalone movie. Second one, I liked it as well. And then I didn't watch a Marvel movie for 8 years, and then I came back and I saw this one, and it was like suddenly every single superhero is in the movie, and they're like, oh my God, look at Scrunky from Big Bunkles the Seventh. And I was like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that guy is. But it was still funny. There were funny moments. I really like the scene where Deadpool is trying on his suit and he keeps getting his ass slapped repeatedly by the suit fitter or whatever. But I think it was doing a lot for a different kind of crowd. And I would equate it to like Taylor Swift music. I think her music I'm just trying to make literally every single fandom as angry as possible right now.
That's a good job. You're doing an excellent job there.
Doing great.
And I just wanted to equate it to like Taylor Swift's music, where like, I think many years ago, I think anyone who was just listening to pop music would hear a Taylor Swift song and be like, yeah, I know that's Taylor Swift. And I like this song, Shake It Off. Arguably slaps. That song is good. That's a good song.
It totally does.
And when you kind of listen to her newest music, you realize a lot of it is for her fans who know the whole journey and have the lore. And that's how I would feel. That's how I feel about the Deadpool movie. It's about knowing the lore beforehand. I don't want all the lore beforehand. I want to go into the movie and like enjoy it for what it is, and not require 5 hours of like Spark Notes,
R&D.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that research. So that was my take, and I'm sorry if I upset anybody, but I need to be true to myself, and that's how I feel about it.
No apologies needed. Doug, what did you think of it?
So I'm gonna take a similar approach to Adam, in that I'm not a Marvel fan. I don't watch superhero movies. And then I really had to think hard, and I said to Adam, I said, in 1 and 2, were all these other superheroes in there? Because I don't remember them in there, and I don't, they had made reference to several superheroes along the way, especially Wolverine, who, I didn't even know that what's his name? Shit.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, thanks. I didn't even know that Hugh Jackman was Wolverine. So I'm like, is this a new movie with I heard of Wolverine before. I didn't want to have to know any of that stuff. So I gave it a 7 because I was pulled into a storyline and fandom, as Adam said, that I wasn't necessarily, I have no investment in that other stuff. So it kind of threw me for that. The humor is why I brought it up to a 7. It would have been probably lower than that had I only relied upon the Marvel connection. But that's my question. Was there other references to other superheroes along the way that I had to be invested in prior to this 3?
The entire movie was like, you need some level of investment with like the concept of the multiverse. And then, Deadpool does the whole like fourth wall breaking Fox versus Marvel and Disney. Like that's a whole different universe. Whole
other thing.
Like knowing the whole lore behind the ownership of these different superheroes. Like that is imagine like a 12-year-old seeing that movie. Like obviously it's rated R or whatever. So a 12-year-old probably isn't seeing it, but like for someone who is just at the surface level, you're going to miss 95% of that. And I was building context as he was like making the jokes about Fox not being able to retain ownership of Deadpool or whatever. I literally don't totally understand it, but it was a
when you go to see like a Pixar movie, it's like on 2 levels. There's an adult level and then there's a kid level. On the kid level, you're thinking it's funny because it's just funny. And on an adult level, there's always there's always an inside joke. I wasn't a part of the inside joke that Deadpool.
And that hurt your feelings. Yeah, it hurt my feelings too. I wanted to be on the inside.
What do you think about all this, Strickland?
Well, Adam, did you ever watch any of the Jay and Silent Bob movies? Kevin Smith.
No, but like Jay and Silent Bob from like The Simpsons, right?
No, it's actually Kevin Smith is a director, and
wait, who am I thinking
characters of his. It's no big deal if you haven't seen it because there was a Jay and Silent Bob, and then there was a remake, and then there was a sequel, and then there was what was called a reboot.
No, never seen any of these.
The reboot, like if you can imagine like how inside Deadpool was, like you got to be part of the MCU. This Jay and Silent Bob reboot was the same thing. But this is one where, like, if you've never seen a Jay and Silent Bob movie before, you will literally not get 90% of the jokes. The entire thing was inside joke. And with Deadpool, I kind of agree with you. I loved the first 2. And the first one I really loved because at that point, I'm not a huge Marvel movie fan, but
it's a good intro. It's good.
Right,
Dip your toes in.
Well, I had actually seen a bunch of them and I liked it, but I was already starting to get burned out on it. And so I liked the fact that Deadpool was like making fun of the fact that you guys are just whatever. I'm going to do something different. And I love the fourth wall breaks, but with this one, I'm like familiar with the MCU, but not like intimately. So yeah, it's like I got the jokes, but a lot of it was deep. Like you had to really know more to really get them. But the other thing was, I was like, they were trying so hard for the fandom, and the fourth wall break stuff, it was like, I don't know, it felt really forced more so than the first 2. And I was getting a little tired of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it felt forced at times. There were a lot of like fun references to like general fourth wall breaks about Marvel lovers being able to sit through like a 3-hour film and like them being smelly, and I'm like, that's funny. But yeah, it does get tiring after a while. And like he'd keep saying baby knife, like after he uses the baby knife. And I'm like, okay, like that's kind of funny, but it's starting to kind of grow tired. So like if they were like, part of me thinks that that's like the last Deadpool movie for some reason. That might be a lie and I'm making that up. But if there's another one, I really don't think I could see it just on the basis of how this one went. And it's just not for me. And that's fine. My brother-in-law, that's what Josh's relationship is to me, right? I don't think I never used that word.
You are correct.
He literally has seen every single Marvel movie, and every time a new one comes out, he posts on Facebook a new ranking list, and he drops the new movie in there. And I think Deadpool and Wolverine was like his number 3. and we lost him.
You've thoroughly disgusted Strickland so much so he got disconnected. Way to go. Well, while we're waiting for Strickland to come back, let's talk about some positives. Number one, the positive thing. The movie theater was super nice.
Oh, it's a great movie theater. Great seats, reclining.
So I didn't realize, nice guy community, Funkin' fans, listeners, I did not realize that you could reserve a seat ahead of time. So part of my I guess my positive feeling was, I'm like, oh, I can reserve a seat ahead of time. And then the other thing was, Adam paid the bill. So not only did I get to go to a theater that I got to reserve the seat and sit in the exact seat that I wanted to, but the $30 that it cost for the seats, matinee price, by the way, California matinee price, California not matinee price, it would have been like $80.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap, I thought. Yeah, $30 for
$30.
That's good.
Right, $30. We had the reclining seats that have the power button that you just kind of like lay back. That was pretty good.
That was pretty nice. I do like those kinds of seats. You don't get a ton of that in New York City for that price anyway. So for the experience, like, I would say the experience kind of outweighs the movie itself. It was a hot day.
Oh, super hot.
Got to sit in a reclining seat. Didn't have to talk to anybody. Those are my favorite things.
Being antisocial, paying less than necessary. And hey, I want to, before we move on from the experience of the theater, or until Strickland comes back and helps contribute to the theater experience, I want to talk for just a moment about New York bagels. Can we do that? Because Adam is visiting here in California, and he is not a native New Yorker, but he's basically to the point where he's basically could say he's from New York. Because
no, I would never say that, because really? I don't think I could ever say I'm from New York, because that just does a disservice to people who actually are from New York. But I do think I love a bagel as much as a native New Yorker. I think. There he is. Welcome back.
What happened, Strick? Welcome back.
Here, joined from Bravo. Yeah, we our heat index today here in Texas is like 110.
Ooh,
and the power hiccuped earlier, and that's what happened again. And so,
well, it's a good thing we are cloud recording on my side.
Cloud recording, yeah. So whatever you guys said, I'm sure was incredibly entertaining and interesting.
Well, we were just talking about the theater itself. Part of the wonderfulness of the movie, which actually brought it to a 7 for me, was the experience itself, which was sitting in a one reserved seat. I didn't realize you could reserve seats at the theater. Can
you believe that? He didn't know you literally could reserve tickets ahead of time. He just thought you go up to the thing. He said, "Can I have a ticket for the movie?" And he was really concerned about not having his aisle seat. And I'm like, Dad, you can just go online and literally pick the exact seat that you want. And it's like, I blew his mind. I was like, that's not new. That's been like 15 years of movies, maybe 12, but definitely when I was in high school, or like, that was the norm.
And then it was a reclining seat, which was great. It was one of the power recliners, and and then Adam paid. So it's like all of us things.
Jeez, that's a triple win right there. Yeah, I was thinking, like, I went the first weekend it was open, and
so was it really crowded?
Well, it's funny. Initially, I was thinking to myself, I was going to go on an afternoon, and I'm not one of those, I've got a seat on the first weekend. It just happened to be convenient. And I thought, I don't want to be in a super packed theater on the first weekend. Maybe I don't want to. And then I realized, hey, it's all fucking reserved seats, and it's all the big recliners. Who cares if it's completely full? It doesn't matter. Right. It's not like an old style theater so I was like, yeah, fuck it. And I went, and it was great. I actually saw it in 3D also, because I hadn't seen a 3D movie in like 100 years. And I'm like, I wonder what that's like now. It was interesting.
Does it require a special camera, Adam? That's a you question, I think.
I don't know. All I know is that I didn't realize they had an option for 3D, but in the opening sequence where he's fighting with Wolverine's bones, I was like, oh, this literally is a 3D movie, because the amount of this happening. For the listeners, I'm extending my hand towards the camera, back and forth. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was in 3D as well, but I'm not really a fan of that. I one of my eyes doesn't work too good anyway.
We talked about that before. Is exactly what I was going to bring up. And Adam had mentioned earlier that he is short-sighted. I think what he meant to say is he is nearsighted. He is short-sighted, but that has nothing to do with vision.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing. Nearsighted in one of my eyes, short-sighted in both.
Exactly. And while you were gone, Strickland, enjoying your heat index, otherwise known as 110 degrees, also known as every day in Ojai in the summer.
It's not 110.
Gosh.
No, it feels like 110 because you're so used to your 72
Yeah.
and sunny every goddamn day when it actually gets up to 80. Oh, I'm melting. It's 80.
We did especially order last night an earthquake for Adam, which we did.
Yeah, I felt very, very at home, like I was supposed to be.
We usually order those just for the guests so they can experience. He got what was it, a 5 what?
5.1,
5.1,
5.2 or something. I don't know. Started in Bakersfield. It was like a momentary rumbling.
I don't want to
was
live
not too
in
scary.
any
shake of the
goddamn
house.
area. I don't want to live in any area where it is normal for the fucking ground to shake under me.
Don't you live in
couple
Texas?
times a year? Yeah, I'm in Austin. Yeah.
Yeah, so like tornadoes not a thing there?
You know what's crazy? So I'm in Austin, right, which is probably 3 or 4 hours inland, basically.
Right.
And Houston gets these crazy fucking like hurricanes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dallas sometimes gets tornadoes and shit. I get nothing. I'm in the perfect place. I've been here 6 years. I've had a little hail once or twice.
Strickland, you got it
Where are you
wrong.
going to live where you're not going to have hail?
You
right?
got it wrong. You get Confederate fucking rednecks. Is what you
No,
get.
but you
Oh.
see, that's the other reason
Dad
where
gets political on the
No, but-
internet. That's new.
dude,
And
this
a lot
is
of
the
beer.
other
He gets a lot of
reason.
beer.
No, it's the other reason I'm in the perfect place in Texas. Austin is like this bright purple dot in the sea of fucking conservative red,
Okay.
right? I would never live in Dallas or Houston where it's all gun racks and fucking Trump flags and shit like that. Not a goddamn shot, but Austin is super liberal and progressive, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends there who do love it. They have said the price of everything, continues to go up because it is a popular city for those reasons, and that's what happens when you have all the good things without the
And-
bad things. It just gets expensive.
Exactly. And that's why I live in the suburbs where it's not as expensive, but it's still, I like
So
it.
while you were off in your heat index, I began the conversation with Adam about New York bagels versus anywhere else in the entire world bagels. And
Oh my God.
yeah, I went to Trader Joe's, got Adam some bagels, some of the gluten-filled bagels, not the gluten-free bagels, because I was thinking that's one step away from hell for Adam to have a gluten-free
Thank you.
bagel that is not like pre-manufactured that day or baked that day. So yeah, I know he's missing his New York bagels, which is why he's only allowed to be out of the state for a max of like 4 days. Because otherwise,
To be fair, it's almost been 10 days since I've been
Wow,
in New
that's-
York. So I'm starting to get a little itchy for a New York bagel. I do miss them, the Trader Joe's ones. I was like, look, they're fine. I try not to be mega elitist about my bagels, but I definitely can tell the difference between a good and a bad bagel. And the West Coast does not have good bagels. They're really bad. I will firmly stand on that ground. I have
I'm with you.
yet to have an 8 out of 10 or above bagel in New York. And I mean, on the West Coast, I was in Seattle, had a bad bagel. I was in San Francisco, had probably the worst bagel I've ever had in my entire life. And then I don't even know if they exist in where you are, Dad. There's just no. I don't think anyone's discovered them yet. It's like Wi-Fi, they don't have that here either.
We got our bagels are 5G here in
Yeah.
Ojai.
Are you still living in New York, like in the city?
Well, I live in Brooklyn. So yeah, I guess technically the city. I live about 20 minutes outside of Manhattan. I can easily get on a train and go into Manhattan, but I have no business in Manhattan. There's nothing going on there for me.
And Strick, before the end of the year, Adam and his girlfriend are moving in together. How big a step?
Oh my
is that?
God.
In Brooklyn? Like
In
your
Brooklyn.
place
Yeah,
where
she's
you
going to
live now?
move into my apartment because we did some apartment hunting, and turns out I have a good apartment for what I'm paying, and it has a in-unit washer and dryer and a dishwasher and only a few cockroaches, so that's a great deal. It's a great
Adam and
deal.
I were at a restaurant yesterday. We went to happy hour and had some drinks and hors d'oeuvres with or appetizers with JJ and Adam. And we went into the bathroom before we left. First thing he said when he walked into the bathroom, he said, This is about as big as my apartment.
Yeah, it was
The
yeah,
bathroom
it was a multi-person bathroom, but I was like, yeah, definitely like only 100 or 200 square feet off of my whole apartment, which is a little scary. And this one probably is a little bit more utilitarian anyway. I was like, I could put a desk over there.
Adam is going to be like the washroom attendant at Rumfish in Ventura, California, because it's like, hell, I could put my desk in here and got Wi-Fi. Can I hardwire my connection here?
Yeah, it's my apartment's not the biggest. 2 people is definitely a max. It's it's a real 1 bedroom. And that'll be good. I'll save some good money, and then hopefully after that I can get something luxurious like a 2-bedroom apartment. If I'm really thinking pinnacle of luxury, it's like maybe there is like a driveway or something.
Whoa.
But that's like 20 year
over 1,000 square feet.
Yeah. I'm looking. Oh, if I had an apartment that was 900 square feet, I mean, like I wouldn't know how to act. You need to restrain me. That would be a lot.
Dude, you could move out of New York City and spend the same amount of money and get like a 5-bedroom. Like,
I totally understand,
home.
but then I'd have to be like in Oklahoma or something.
But
ideally
Adam makes enough to be the gross national product of Oklahoma total, because it's like, holy crap! If I could make the kind of money that he was making when I was his age, I would have probably at least 12 more cents in the bank than I have now.
well, to be fair, most of it is okay. Literally, I mapped it out. 50% of my income post tax is my rent. 50% immediately rent. I'm very frugal in every other way, and then I just save what I can. What
he forgot to tell you is, of the remaining 50%, 30% goes directly into a savings account. He forgot to tell you that.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, it's a lot, definitely. But
he's on the Sandler savings plan. I'm like, you beg, borrow, and steal, and put every cent that you can into savings.
Yeah, and like I'm kind of due for a promotion in the next 6 months, and when I get that promotion, and then I'll be paying less rent because my girlfriend will be living with me. I'm like, all of that extra money right into savings. Nice. I would love to retire by the time I don't know. I like at this rate, 50 is not ridiculous. Obviously,
and if he kills me before he's 50, he really makes out because I got a good insurance.
Well, you gotta not talk about that stuff online. I know only like 4 people watch this, but like
Oh, Strickland, I wanted to tell you also, it was ridiculous. We had on the episode, Is Doug Going to Retire? Yeah. That's our #1 episode in the last 12 months, and we just put that one out like a week ago.
So what you're saying is that people are looking forward to the fact that you're not on the shows? Okay, that's good.
I think it's the clickbait. I mean, I don't know anything about it.
We don't do any click. We do nothing.
No, you don't know it, but that title, that's a clickbait title. Like that's a YouTube channel. Like is Doug gonna retire? And the picture is
what are we supposed to have a title like womp womp? What is
no, but like you can be factual. It's like Doug talks about his last 25 years in the business, or is Doug retiring? Which one is more exciting?
Yeah, I like the.
It's all about the title. You're looking for organic marketing. There you go.
Well, we certainly don't pay for any advertising or any marketing for our show.
No, it totally is. I'm looking at like a one that we had about a month ago is called DNS sign $8 million deal with Amazon. That's
pretty good.
That's clickbait.
That's definitely clickbait too. I love it. But who cares about nobody? We've decided. What's that thing that you say about you've taken requests, but we're still here.
Oh yeah. When I was in a band, we used to say, hey, we're coming back from break. Thank you guys so much for all the requests you gave us while we were on break, but we're going to come back and play again anyway.
I like that. Wait, so how many people, you said this is one of your best podcasts in the last 12 months or whatever, like how many viewers or how many listens or what's
I don't know.
You don't know anything. This is great.
I think since we've had our show on Podetize, I think we have like 1.7 million downloads or something.
No, but like that's not, I want to know the episode because if you're saying that it's specifically that episode is doing something different, like I'd be curious to know what a normal number is for a single episode.
I don't know, but thank you for asking.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so we have a couple things that we need to do. Adam, I know that we are going to listen to voicemails. It's kind of a little disconnect from some of the things that you normally like to do. You are welcome to stay as long as you want.
Okay.
But I also don't want to keep you if
Is this my out? Is this like, if you want to go, now's the time?
Yes,
I mean,
now is the time.
Well, what else is on the agenda?
Go ahead, Strick. What else do you want to talk about today? What topics did you have on your list?
Well, we've got 10 voicemails, and don't you need to be done in 35 minutes?
Yeah, that's true.
So we probably, even if I had topics, we probably shouldn't bring them up.
Yeah, you're right about that. Like, we don't want to talk about the VP selection or anything like that.
Right. It wasn't your fellow tribesman. He didn't get the call.
I know. I was a little mad, someone that's gay and Jewish. I mean, that is like the perfect combination of candidate.
Is he gay too, really?
I think so.
Oh, interesting. The Pennsylvania governor. I did not know that.
I don't mean to to circle the rumor mill at all, but I believe Adam, you say what?
I don't know. And honestly, gay VP would not help the people who were kind of debating whether or not to vote for Kamala Harris, because there's still a lot of homophobia going on.
I know, as much as I hate to say that, I 100% agree with you, Adam. I wish it wasn't the case, but I totally believe that's true. Yeah.
That's definitely like a lot of people who are undecided or more conservative leaning. They still are very deeply rooted in their old or, religious beliefs. And a lot of that is anti,
not that this is an indicator of anything, but it looks like he is married. I mean, to a woman. Shapiro met his wife Lori in 9th grade.
Great. Now we're just like spitting lies here.
Yeah, I could have gotten my facts wrong, so I apologize.
Okay, well, that's fine. Well, if you're going to do your 15 voicemails, you go ahead. It sounds like a lot of fun, but the last thing I'll say is, hey, all 14 listeners of Doug and Strick, now's the time to check your voter registration. See if you are registered to vote. Vote.org, very easy. You can sign up online. They'll tell you instantly whether or not you're currently registered. If you're in one of those states that likes to suppress voter rights, they do actually try to make people re-register randomly. So just check. Make sure you're registered to vote.
Wow, that was a PSA. That was a perfect public service announcement.
Thanks so much. This is an endorsement. Yeah. What?
When Taylor Swift makes an announcement that everybody should get out and vote.
Oh my God.
Hundreds of thousands of people actually.
And you don't want to piss off the Swifties. They go crazy.
No, but you saying it on our show, 2 or 3 people might actually do it.
It's 2 or 3 more
that's great. I'll take that. Even if it's not for who I'm hoping they vote for. Like, it's good that as a U.S. citizen, you do your civil duty of voting, and I think it's very important. And I certainly will be voting, and I hope you will too, Doug and Strick.
I agree 100%. I've thought about volunteering for election day, because here in the fucking South in Texas, right? Like, you get crazies that are going to volunteer and sneak shit and hide and whatever. Like, I want to make sure that shit does not happen. So,
or even something that could be even more beneficial is offering to drive people to the polls. That's a thing that a lot of people offer to do. I know one of our old family friends when she was campaigning for Obama back in 08. Yeah, she was all over, she had a van and she would take people to the polls regardless of who they were. She just wanted people to go vote. And how fun would it be to get picked up in a Tesla to go vote?
Whoa. Excellent idea. I like it. I like it. It's a good idea.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks for being here. Thanks for using that microphone and sounding all professional and stuff.
I can't wait to hear this one. I feel like I do sound very professional.
You do.
Live on the air with Doug and Strick.
You do. You got a great podcasting voice. Yep.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Is there an intro or an outro that he could do for us so that we could actually pull it from this and put it on there?
What would we want him to say?
Fuck it. I don't know. Strickland. Adam, you make something up right now, and you can do the intro or the outro. Anything that you want. Anything that you want to say. We will not edit it. We will just cut it and put it at the front or the back of the episode. Anything you want to say.
Anything?
Yeah. Just like
Steve
our voicemail.
O'Brien, play us in.
Wow, that's pretty good because normally it's the other way around. Steve O'Brien.
I got my T-shirt on. Steve O'Brien.
Oh, put us into here. Was that wrong? I'll start over.
No. That was an intro version.
That was a good spin on it, right?
It was a
good spin, a little
on
plot twist.
Exactly, I like it. We can use that.
You would not believe what you're going to hear on today's podcast with Doug and Strick. Don't do that either. That's really bad. That one's really bad. Don't do that at all. And I know that one's going online. All right, everybody. I'm out of here.
See you, Adam.
Bye.
See you for happy hour in just a few minutes.
I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.
Bye. All right.
Did it hiccup again? Did we lose it? Oh, no, you're back. Okay, it just hiccuped, and I thought I might have lost power again. We're all good.
Okay, well, if Strickland goes off the air for even a short period of time, I don't know what to do here by myself. So was Adam at your house too? Because you just waved to somebody.
Play the voice. I know I was waving to my daughter who was leaving.
No, I can't play the voicemail. So let's do Strickland. Here's an alert. Weeb whoop, weeb whoop, weeb whoop. Here's an alert.
Sally will be happy to hear the weeb whoop, weeb whoop.
Weeb whoop. Strickland, would you be open to doing the podcast? Maybe you and Sally could do the episode next week.
What? Because you won't be around next week?
I'm trying to give myself a little cushion because I am going out of town and I don't know what I'm going to experience when I come back. I may not have the time when I come back to do it. So I was giving you an opportunity to invite Sally into the guest seat because I know you've mentioned her a lot. So I figure this will be a good opportunity for you guys to chat on the air.
That's interesting. She does live in the area. And, I don't know if she actually called in. Remember last week she had the Super PAC Schoolhouse Rock?
Yes.
And I said to her, hey, maybe you should come and do it live or we could record it. And neither of those things happened.
Hey, what? I'm seeing a lot of voicemails. How many do we have?
So it was funny because I think I texted you as of like 3 hours ago, we had 4. I happened to look it up and I was like, this is great. We're not completely inundated with voicemails anymore. Yeah. And then I checked 10 minutes before the show and we have 10. So it's actually 9. I think actually skipped one number, but still 9 voicemails. Although this one, a couple look long. I don't know. It's a total of 15 and a half minutes of voicemails, so they're not super long.
I'm thinking that maybe very similar to the Watergate tapes that voice VM5 just got erased. VM5 is gone. One of two things happened. Either Ashley misnumbered it or her son Colt was in charge of numbering the episodes, and he's a preschooler, so that would not surprise me if we.
I wouldn't doubt that they just got misnumbered because the first 4 were in here from however long ago, and I believe the last ones were just added within the last hour or two.
All right. So I don't know. I have no indicator of who is on any of these, other than knowing that I got several voicemails, several emails today. And I'm like, oh my God, we're recording today. And I sent Ashley a message and said, urgent message, please put these in voicemail folder, not knowing if she would even get the message. So apparently we either had 10 and you didn't realize it, or we're going to have a shit ton next week that are going to be slightly stale, just a little crunchy on the sides.
Let's find out.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Can't help myself. We've got.
I got it. Do need to leave at the top of the hour. We have 24 minutes. I can stay. Don't matter to me.
Super fast. Well, the happy hour is here at my house, so when they need to come and get me, they'll come and get me. So while I do want to be really respectful of everybody's time, if I go a couple minutes over, it might be okay. What I was going to say, and I will say it quickly, and I don't even know if you noticed this, but when you went to share your screen, I needed to do no hocus pocus.
I was going to say that you have not blocked screen sharing any longer, and it is much appreciated.
Everybody can whiteboard, magic marker penises or whatever they want to on my Zoom screen now. So if you join in on any Zoom call with me, you can, what is it called? Zoom bombing? Is that what it used to be called? God, that was like the worst part of my like meetings. It was like, is anybody that I have here in this group meeting going to join the meeting and Zoom bomb us and just like draw those magic marker whiteboard penises? Swastikas on the board, death to the Jews or something like that.
Yeah, because that was a problem for like 15 minutes out of our entire lives.
Well, that and the guy showing up at my door saying you need to be vaccinated. Those were my two biggest fears at that point in my life. So, God, you remember all that bullshit? God, that was the worst time. Worst time. Okay, go ahead. I'm finished.
We were listening.
Yeah, I'm finished. Yeah, okay. That was a little.
Okay, Jared here. So this isn't for you guys. Sorry, fellas, but
Sally?
I had to make a call. Haven't even started listening yet. I saw the title of the show, and that pulled me into the show notes.
Doug retired.
So yes, Mr. Liz show notes writer.
Yeah, clickbait.
You have had a song written for you and sung for you by me, and you are appreciated. I just want to make sure you know that. Yeah, you won't get nothing from these guys, but you have all kinds of love coming from me and the rest of the funky fans. That's all. I just had to call and tell you guys. So, Doug, Strick, back to the show. I'm done. See you guys. Bye.
So what he's referring to, I believe, hang on, now I got to pull it up. So he saw the title, but I think it was also from the
show notes. Yep.
Oh, do you know what was in the show
notes?
I
did. I went to the episode on our website, and I saw that you had made mention, or the show notes writer, I'm sorry, had made mention in the show notes of something about Doug retiring and not appreciating him.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. If you're not sure what we're talking about, go back to episode 1522, read the show notes, go to niceguysonbusiness.com, and you can see what the show notes writer wrote about Doug. Yeah.
Did we ever get that whole problem worked out on the website yet, or is that still a work in progress?
It's still a work in progress. it's SPP. I mean, it's worked out for those episodes, but it could come up again. I'm trying to find a permanent solution. So I'm putting Band-Aids on it currently. So in other words, there's no episodes that are hung up.
Oh, that's good.
Now.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good. Yeah. Moving forward, there could be, but you know what? It's nice to have a nice, clean website. I as clean as it can be with our fucking foul mouths. That is for sure. Yeah. That is for sure. We have these 3 new clients that have been getting started over the last month or so, and every one of them has asked me about, what's your perspective on like 4-letter words or foul language in the podcast? I'm like, fuck it, go ahead and say whatever you want. I keep forgetting that most people want to have a show that's actually listened to. And I don't know personally, does that offend? Like, is there anybody that's in our audience that knows somebody else that was listening to our show that left our audience and our fan base because we were a little foul? I of course, with the exception of the lady that used to run Mantra Munchies, except for her. Okay, play voicemail number 2. Thank you, Jared.
Okay.
Hey, Doug, Strick, Jared here. Voicemail number 2. You guys are in voicemails now, and you're listening to mine. And Strick, you responded to my question because I really had no idea about the conviction with Trump, and you were clarifying some stuff. Thank you for explaining what you were talking about, what was going on, and yes, I have to agree. Recording of that nature about Miss Teen.
Where the hell is he? I can't even hear him.
I know. I can turn the noise reduction down here, but
like fake stuff, but shit that happened. Yeah, I had no idea. And the conviction, so I had no idea about that either. And Doug, to answer your question of was I disputing it, no, I was not disputing any of that because I really had no idea. I had not heard of it. And you know how well things can be hidden when things are wanted to be hidden by people with a lot of money. So, anyways, I just really had no idea. So that's interesting to know and gives me a whole new perspective. So I appreciate you guys sharing. All right, fellas, loving the show and shit for the voicemail this week. I'm actually loving it because it's great having other people calling in and joining in, and it gives tons of different viewpoints and angles. And damn it, Sean Carpenter with the shout out. Holy shit, made it to the opening with a nice intro.
Mm-hmm.
Even leading in with Steve O'Brien in there. Man, Sean, you nailed it, dude. All right, fellas, I appreciate you, and I'm getting back to listening. I still got like maybe a half hour. I don't fucking know. Nice long show today, so I always enjoy it. See you guys.
Okay, I have two things to say about that. First thing is, for those of you who didn't recognize it, which is probably most of you, because you may not know this, but Sean Carpenter's favorite movie. Doug, do you remember what Sean Carpenter's favorite movie is?
I'm gonna go with Shawshank Redemption, but
Shawshank Redemption. You are correct.
Oh my God, I'm building relationships, solving problems, and having fun, and I'm movie trivia man.
Exactly, and that is why last week's show had 2 Shawshank openers in honor of Sean Carpenter and his favorite movie.
Wow.
And the second thing I want to say is, hey, Jared, when you call, can you roll the windows up, please? Just roll the windows up before you call. We'd appreciate it.
That's nice. That is good. I couldn't tell where the hell he was, on a train, in a car with the windows down. Oh God, Jared. Sound quality is essential in a podcast.
Yeah. Okay, let's get, and even with the noise reduction, I cranked the noise reduction up, and he got quiet, but then we couldn't understand much.
I saw that.
All right, here we go. Voicemail number 3.
Hey, Doug and Strick, Jared here. Voicemail number 3.
See, you rolled the windows.
Okay, fellas. Sean called in.
Carpenter.
Dude. And then you mentioned they don't give a fuck.
Who doesn't?
And that was so spot on.
Oh, Sean said that.
But I don't think you get a no fucky and you get a no fucky. I don't. That doesn't have quite the same ring to it.
It doesn't roll off.
I'm just trying to mull that over. I'll have to think of something. Who the fuck am I kidding? I'm not good at naming things. So just come up with something and call it the fucked up award. I don't know. But anyways, I wanted to call and say Sean was right about you guys not giving a fuck. Why are you giving fuckies now? And then Sally, wonderful message. It was super sweet and really enjoyed listening to it. So thanks for the kind words. And yes, that's I do appreciate these guys and being able to hear their side and spout off my side and what I hear, my viewpoints, and I'm by no means perfect in what I find and what I hear, and that's why I really love hearing from these guys, because they hear shit I don't hear, and between it all, we got to figure out what we believe is actually true. So, and that's just how I try to go. And sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes I'm so set in my fucking ways that it's hard to hear what other people are saying. And like even with my kids, we are in complete opposite. Well, I can't even say we're in complete opposite sides, because they don't like either side either. And more I've gotten kind of that way to some extent, but, I still see things and they see things differently. And we were just talking about it last night, and my wife's like, we don't talk politics. It's like, well, I didn't bring it up this time. It's like, we don't do politics, because we've had some heated discussions, and even my oldest has gotten really good. Like, he's like, I understand what you're saying, and I just, I care about you, and stuff like that. So we're just trying to help each other through this life. And I think that's amazing. And I feel like I get that here, and that's what part of this community is, man. We just do things together and fight through it together. So in the end, we're all stuck in this country together, this world, and we got to do what we can to try to make it as best as we can. And that's what it's about. So, great message. And as you guys know, appreciate you, love the show, and can't wait to finish off this episode. I'm really close. Really, really close. See you, fellas.
Did you hear in there that he wasn't yet convinced of his side? Did you hear maybe some teeter-tottering, some seesawing on whether he was a supporter of his current political beliefs, or did I just misinterpret that?
I don't know. Maybe
Or
I
did you
wasn't
fall
paying
asleep?
close
Did
enough
you fall
attention. I
asleep?
didn't notice. I was a little distracted with.
I
a few
heard
things
when
I've
he
got
was
going
talking
on.
about his son. I thought he said something about. Geez, I don't want to go back and play it again. But
No, I thought he was saying that we don't talk politics. That's what I heard, but maybe I wasn't listening close enough.
okay. All right. Well, Jared, can you clarify? Because I know you're going to leave a voicemail next week also, and or this week, depending on your perspective on this. Will you share with our Funkin' fans whether you are committed to your current candidate or if there is a little bit of insecurity about who you're voting for? I don't know that. I don't need to know the name. I can assume the name, but if you don't want to give it, but I'm just curious. Just curious.
Yeah, the new guy, the VP guy is like, I don't remember his name now, but I saw someone describe it as this election is now, it's your cool aunt and your cool uncle who are going up against the felon and your weird cousin. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
100%. I really do think it's like Simba or Mufasa versus Snipe or whatever the guys. Dumbledore versus Snipe. That's if you had to put it in Harry Potter terms. It's Dumbledore is the Democrats and Snipe and Slytherin is the. Let's see. What's the good house? It's a Dumbledore and
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff or whatever.
I think. I don't know. I don't know. It was
if Harry Potter's characters and houses were political orientations. That's good. All right, voicemail.
What was the
number 4.
Hanna-Barbera show in the banana splits and the it's not the Hufflepuffs. It was the
HR Puffin stuff.
That's it. Yes, the Puffin stuff. Yeah, I was trying to make a joke and I couldn't
Holy
remember HR Puffin stuff.
That
to
is
date
HR
myself.
Puffin stuff. That is just so 1970s, early 70s. Also.
Exactly. I was trying to date myself because you haven't done it in a while.
Oh
so,
my God, that
yeah,
is
a
great.
dated
Well, I
reference,
was
HR
watching
Puffin
my
stuff.
reruns of Jack Parr.
Oh
I
my
was saying,
God.
Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay,
Was
we're
it
ready
Sammy
for
Davis and
voicemail.
W.C. Fields combined. Go ahead.
You know, we
Yeah,
have
voicemail
6
number 4.
left and 11 minutes.
Do it.
Here we go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. It's
Erica.
Erica here. Voicemail number 1. And this one is about money. First off, woohoo. Unbelievable. Doug, I got the same kind of a letter in the mail the same week that you did.
Wow.
Now, I've always said when I do my money mindset makeover course that people call me the money whisperer. And based on what you've been saying about how you're always the guy and you find the wallets with the money in it and stuff, I'm actually willing to share that title with you in certain circumstances. So you can be my money whisperer co-pilot. Okay. I think that we should run the money mindset makeover course together at some point and maybe even discount it for all the nice guys community. That aside, I do know a bunch about this inheritance stuff. If you ever want to reach out and ask me about it, because we've been dealing now for the last 6 days with attorneys and CPAs.
Wow.
And that same letter we got is from my mom's cousin we didn't even know had left her anything. And I'm really glad he did because her elder care is soaking up a lot and any amount would be life-changing. And that said, you casually mentioned that, oh, how much could it be for elder care? $10,000 a month? Well, yes, again.
Yeah.
How about $24,000 a month?
Oh my God.
Right. And that's, so any help toward that would be awesome. And we'll be celebrating on my end, and I'm sure you're going to be celebrating on yours. This cousin didn't have LA houses and Hollywood houses to leave us, but I'm sure that whatever you're going to be left is going to be life-changing in some way. I just absolutely know it. So that's my 2 cents about money, and I do consider you my money mindset co-pilot, and yes, someday let's run that game together. All right, love you guys, love the show, and woohoo for new money. Bye.
That's close to $300K a year.
That's crazy. I had no idea. I just threw $10,000 a month out as just a guess, but I was like, I'm sure I'm over guessing here. I'm sure I am.
That's fucking.
Yeah, Erica, I'd take a trip down that lane. I do like to talk about money a lot, and I do really feel like I have a very positive relationship with money. There is a little bit of money scarcity that happens, but I'm not afraid to talk about it. You know me, Strick, as a sales guy, I'm certainly never afraid to quote any kind of money because I think it's important for us to make a living as well, and a good living at that, for a service that we deliver that is above and beyond expectations. So all of those things combined. Thank you, Erica.
Okay, voicemail number 6.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strickland. Erica here.
Hello.
Voicemail number 2. Quite a few days after I left the last one, but now I can let you know that my husband did receive his box of skincare. It must have arrived. We were on vacation. Anyway, on his behalf, I'm letting you know thank you. And on my behalf, I'm telling you, let's keep our fingers crossed, because this is a guy who traditionally does not like more than a 2-step process. So let's just see how this one goes, and I'll report in after he breaks the seal of the first product.
That's cool.
Anyway, thanks for sending it, and just wanted you to know it arrived, and we'll keep you posted. All right. Love you guys. Love the show. Bye.
All right, so that was all about the T-Shandy freebies, of which we still have more left, but we don't have time to get into it too much today.
Okay, we did give away all of them for August. However, we do have, because I believe, I can't remember who the second or the third one was other than Sean Carpenter for the month of August, but we did have 3 boxes that shipped out
I thought those we gave away for July.
Oh, maybe. Well, we had 6 people call in, and then it took a little holdover for somebody who didn't send in emails in July to send them like in August. So anyway,
so you're saying we have given away 6 already?
We have given away 6 already.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. August then, yeah.
And so those 6 are out there in the ethers. I believe that Montreal Maurice was one of the ones that was going to be receiving them. So I'm really curious what Montreal Maurice's experiences have been with the skincare line.
I'm very curious. So you did send them out to Montreal Maurice?
All 6 of them have gone out. I cannot recall if Montreal Maurice was one of them, but if his was one of the addresses that was on the list, then of course he got them. I have to be very deliberate with our partners to the north. I want to make sure Montreal is one of those North American partners of ours. Oh God, you just dated yourself again, and that doesn't even seem like that's dating yourself, does it?
Bob and Doug McKenzie. Well, that was like early 80s, right? That wasn't that late.
That was only like 40 years ago. Strickland, early 80s. Early 80s was 40 fucking years ago. Dude.
Okay, can we get to the next voicemail?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, Giggle Doug and Strickland fucking Bonner. It's Tennessee Tim. First voicemail, I will talk about Sally. I think she is exactly right. I enjoy our community where we can disagree, not believe the same things, but come out as friends on the other side. I mean, It's unique, especially in this political climate. So I'm very grateful for this group, and it's unique. So thank you for that. The eye care magic potions, I did receive them, and I used them for one day. Yes. And then we went up to Michigan to see my new granddaughter, and then to Illinois for niece's wedding, and I forgot the magic potion. So I used them one day, then did not use them for 5 days, and I've used them the past 3 days, and I like them. They smell good. They hopefully will make me look younger, but they're not necessarily uncomplicated. I have to use the cheat sheet card every time because there's so many different potions, and you got to put them in the right order, and then there's math involved somehow. But anyway, I am glad that I have them, and hopefully I will look younger. And this 3-minute limit has me worried now, so I'm going to call back with the health update on the other thing. So talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
Did he say fuck you in a minute? I thought he said fuck you in a minute.
It did sound like that. I think he'd talk to you in a
okay.
minute.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks.
So we want to just roll into this?
Yeah,
This might
just
be
go
his
ahead
next
and
one.
roll into it. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Doug and Strick. It is the Tennessee Tim HIPAA health update. I did have back before Christmas, right after Thanksgiving, I had a partially tear in my retina, so I had to get that lasered up on my left eye.
Ooh.
And then just after the first of the year, my left retina detached almost completely.
Oh, my God.
So I had to go in for real surgery, not laser surgery on that. So I was healing from that. So my vision is not perfect, or it's getting perfect. Then 3 days after that surgery, I had a brain hemorrhage.
What?
I stood up and had a headache like I've never felt. It just took me to my knees. And then I could not do anything. I had to sit in the dark. I couldn't function at all. And the doctor said it might be related to the retina surgery. So I went to the retina doctor. They said it was fine. And then they sent me to the emergency room. Went to Vanderbilt Hospital neurosurgery. They did some MRIs, did a brain angiogram. They don't know what happened. They can't tell. They don't know if it was an aneurysm, or they know it was not an aneurysm, or just some type of bleed, but it was a massive bleed that they said I should not be around. 75, 80% of people die from this type of brain bleed.
Shit.
But somehow I did survive. I guess I still have work to do on this earth.
Of course.
I had an MRI yesterday. Hopefully, they haven't got the results back, but hopefully just to make sure all the blood's reabsorbed. So, and then I had some surgery on my right eye, laser surgery, to prevent some retina tears on that side. So, that's the health update. But, you know, I'm still around, still kicking. It's been a tough few months for me and Michelle, for her taking care of me. She's a blessing. And I will go from there. I'm watching the timer. I have about 30 seconds left. But she is a blessing to have taken care of me. We had to put our dog down. So hopefully the next 6 months will be better.
Dude, that's some crazy shit, Tim, man. We are pulling for you. Wow.
There is a lot of mental IOUs that God owes to Tim based upon the work that he has done on this planet over the last 50 plus years of or however old you are, Tim. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you 50 plus years old. I forget how old you are. Anyway, you got a lot of years left, and you're just way too good a person for. I mean, look at me and Strick. I mean, we don't know why we're still living because we suck.
God knows. Only God knows.
But you should live in eternity. You're so good.
Wow.
Sorry you dealt with all that shit. That's some bad shit. See, Strickland, I knew something was wrong, but apparently I wasn't even right because there was even more than I thought.
Yeah, me too. I didn't realize it was that much. That's crazy.
All right, let's get to the next one.
Okay, next voicemail.
Hey, Doug and Strick. It's Tennessee Tim. Voicemail number 3. This Montreal Maurice guy, I think he's a scammer. I think he just wants to gain citizenship to the United States from the northern country in Montreal. What he says is true. There was a bit of a mushroom-induced frenzy of concert going and free love back in the 80s. But I think it's a scam. I think he is. I'm going to get some ancestry, DNA testing, whatever.
Good.
See what is going on with that. His supposed mother into the underworld of molasses. I don't know. I think there's going to be more. There's going to be more.
Maple syrup
crazy.
reference.
I feel abused and like they're scamming me.
Damn.
So stay tuned.
Oh God. Okay, we are at exactly the top of the hour. Do you have time for this last voice?
Yes, play it. I hear people scurrying about outside.
This is Montreal Maurice.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Mr. Giggle Doug and Mr. Fucky Bonner. I appreciate your show. I don't know what to say about Tennessee Tim not claiming me. He is my father. I do need citizenship, but that is beside the point. But he is my father. I will gladly take a DNA test anytime
anywhere. He is trying to disown me, his own son. He looks at me. He sees himself in the mirror. We are related. There's no doubt. I will be having a lawyer call and get this test done. Anything you can do to help. Or would one of you adopt me to get me citizenship? I am open to any options.
Oh shit! No, that's not going to happen.
No, sorry, Montreal Maurice, we're not able to do that. It's against FCC policy because we have a podcast that you are a fan of. It would just be it would be excluded. You would not be allowed.
Yeah, we're going to avoid. We're going to stay out of the drama. I don't think we need the drama, but thank you for calling. We appreciate it.
The saga does continue though, and it as hard as we may try to shake Montreal Maurice as a Funkin' fan, he is in for the long haul because of his connection with Tennessee Tim.
Better than Telemundo, man. It just never gets boring around here.
Never ceases to amaze me the lengths at which our Funkin' fans will go.
Yeah,
our listeners. Yeah. All right, I got a happy hour to get to.
Okay.
Then I have other things to do. We'll talk about tax problems and all the other things.
I don't want to talk about it. Hopefully I'll have more answers, but I feel like they're not going to be good answers by the time
as Johnny Carson's accountant, Bombastic Bushkin will tell you. I don't know if you remember that. You remember that?
Vaguely, yeah.
All right, we'll talk about all of the implications for next week, and I'll update you as the inheritance update. I do have updates for you. I'll share them with you prior to the show so that you know what we're doing. Let me just say 2 words. Life-changing. Okay.
You do have answers or you don't have answers?
I have answers.
What?
Answers. I can't get into them today on the episode, but I do have answers.
Okay, cool.
Just found out this week the answers to what we need to know.
There you go. Stay tuned for next week.
Stay tuned. That is good clickbait. If you've stayed throughout the entire episode, you will definitely want to come back next week. We will be discussing it fully.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, the only podcast I provide voice for and also actually listen to, I'm Steve O'Brien. Well, that's what I tell them, at least. Listen to the beginning and the end. All the stuff in the middle is just yak, 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 yak.